Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something on our show or you have a bright idea you want to see us implement on the show, drop them in those comments below or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holla at us, we holla back. But first, let me introduce you to my co-host, and he goes by the name of Mr. Stephen Rubain. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. For the Halloween season, I'm going as a ghost. So as you can see, you can't see me this week, but my voice is here. So call me the friendly ghost for Halloween. That's going to be my calling card.
We'll do it. Rubain, the friendly ghost.
There you go. There you go. And speaking of friendly, the Toronto Blue Jays aren't being too friendly with your Los Angeles Dodgers.
You know what? All the compliments that you have put together, you just blew it right there. You just blew it right there. Don't worry, my Dodgers are okay. We down, but we not out. We're down, but we're not out. It's 3-1, top of the seventh. Still a lot of game to go. Still a lot of game to go. We've been down before and we've come back before. We can do it again.
I told the people last week this was going to be a tough series. I said Dodgers should win it. But I said Toronto's going to give them a battle, and Toronto sure has given a battle.
This is something else.
The long ball means a lot, and both teams can hit the long ball. Right now, other than Ohtani, all the rest of the Dodgers.
Say something bad, I dare you.
No, I can't say nothing about Ohtani. He's been killing the ball. He's been amazing, but.
Okay.
Other than that Freddie Freeman home run in Game 3, which was one of the greatest World Series games in history,
right?
That nobody else is hitting the ball for the Dodgers. Nobody else is hitting the long ball.
Hey, throughout this show, we're gonna keep giving you live scoring. I'm watching the game as we speak, and the Toronto Blue Jays have scored another run. It's 4-1. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! But it's 2-2. It's tied. It's 2-2. It's tied. I mean, they were down and we were up, and if they go up, then we'll just tie it up and we'll handle it accordingly.
Those last two games are gonna be in Toronto, so. For the Dodgers to win the World Series this year, they're going to have to win on the road. And let's see what happens. But we wanted to bring that up. Like I said, I keep wanting to call him Ichiro. I grew up in the Ichiro era. Probably the first great Japanese player to play in the major leagues. Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki. But Ohtani, who was this generation's great Japanese player, do you know he had a game where he had 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and 5 walks, on base 9 times in one game?
It sounds like you almost admire him, but the taste of hate that comes out of your mouth after it.
I always admire greatness, no matter what team they play for.
Mm-hmm.
I will always admire greatness, and he is an all-time great. He will go down as an all-time great. I can't help the uniform he's wearing. I mean, look at the other team in that city. We got a all-time great playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, who you can't seem to appreciate.
If you're just now tuning in, this is Blow the Whistle Sports, and we're going over a little bit of that Major League Baseball World Series. My Dodgers, we're down right now. It's 4-1. We will be giving you live scoring as the show goes on. And right now we're talking to Stephen Rubain. As you see, you don't see him up there because he's ghosting this week in favor of Halloween. I don't really celebrate Halloween at all, but hey.
The thing I like when I ghost is that I can just say anything I want to say, and nobody can see who's saying it. So
when you're here, when we see your face, it seems like you say anything too.
That is true. That's a good point. I do say anything I want, but now I can really say anything I want. So I'm going to be laying into some guys this week.
Oh man,
because we got some guys who need to be called out.
I got a lot to get off my chest.
Guys out this week. And I guess starting about calling people out, the NBA. They need to call it, the NBA may need to stand for no bets allowed.
Oh,
Right now, again, business from none other than the FBI. Now
people have always said they thought something funny was going on.
Now here's my viewpoint on this. We all know sports and gambling have gone hand in hand since the beginning of time. Let's just call it what it is. You can go back to the 1920s, the Black Sox scandal with the Chicago White Sox in the World Series gambling. They had to, I think, forfeit a World Series title. I mean, 100 years, gambling and sports have always go hand in hand. So this attitude now that all of a sudden the FBI has uncovered this major mafia sports gambling ring, let's call it for what it is. It's political. We need to just not sit here and make it out like this. It's, oh my God, there's this huge, amazing thing the FBI uncovered that goes with the Gambino and all the major mafia families associated with Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones and I have to play it for the Heat's name, but all these guys are just done all this horrible rigged poker games. Man, that happens all the time. You can go in any city in America and somebody's rigging a poker game. This comes down to one thing and one thing only. You have an administration led by our President of the United States who is out for retribution against anyone or everybody he feels has wronged him. And when you talk about the NBA, let's just call it for what it is. There's one person who's been the most outspoken in criticizing the Trump administration, and we all know who his name is. I'll let you say it, since you have such demonized hatred for this man.
No. You go ahead. I'm listening to your opinion about it. It makes sense, but you know how I am. I'm just listening.
LeBron James. That is called what it is.
LeBron
James, the one sports athlete who has repeatedly been overly vocal against the Trump administration, going back 6-7 years. Who is the second player who's been the most vocal against? Steph Curry. So you have these two superstars.
That it's political, and they're mad at the NBA. Is the only reason this became uncovered.
Correct. I'm saying that the reasoning behind it is to do what it has created, which is controversy throughout the league at a time when the league, coincidentally, just having its opening game, the opening of the season. And then who undercuts it? The director of the FBI, who has to come out and implement these so-called co-conspirators, or people who are doing all these horrible gambling things.
I think the thing that was most concerning to me was the cards being rigged in Vegas out of the machines, the X-ray vision in the table, so you know exactly what cards people have. That's amazing right there to me. Because I remember in Vegas, you used to be able to go play blackjack, these different games, and they would have to hand deal them. And so then they brought these electronic shufflers in there, and it just seemed like things was different. It just seemed like things were different. It felt like we won more when it was hand shuffling, and then when these electronic car shufflers came in there, it just felt kind of weird. It just felt kind of weird. Now I agree with you that it feels kind of political, but on the other hand, I'm going a little further. If you're cheating at sports, you're cheating at sports. I'm one I don't like to call the fix and all that. because it's a lot of moving parts in sports. It's a lot of people in sports. So you have to, if you're fixing something, everybody has to be in on it. And if everybody's not in on it, then I feel like it would be a lot more talking going on. Like that didn't make sense, and that person shouldn't have done that. And especially when you have players that get ostracized by leagues that should have this type of inside information, that all this stuff would just come out flowingly if that was the case. Now, I just want sports to get back together again. Going into, I don't want sports in the political arena. Say what you want to say. Players have their different opinions, just like everybody else. Everybody has one. Let's play sports. Let's play sports. Don't you feel that same way, Steve? Can we just play sports? Can we just have fun?
Yeah, as long as we keep the politics out of it, we can have a whole lot of fun. But unfortunately, sports and politics is going hand in hand. And I'm going to tie this to even in the NFL, because you and I be spending a lot of time talking about our questioning, because you and I both agree there's no fake. There's no case of scripted NFL games where guys are told you do this, you do that.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. There's no case of that. We know that.
And we have to elaborate on that, because they hear scripted all the time. And let's point it out. When they say scripted in football, when a team is practicing, they have about 10 to 15 plays that they practice all week long and get it down. And in the game, the coach locks these certain plays down, secret plays, trick plays, the main plays that they plan to gash teams with, that's already mapped out. Those are called scripted plays. And most teams, for the first quarter at least, they run 10 of those plays, 9 of those plays, or maybe even half of those plays, and they save the other half for the next quarter or even the next half. That is scripted, because we practice all week long and we're going to run them in the game. Script, get it? Not scripted, cheating. But that goes over a lot of people's heads, Steve.
I know, but to make it a little more even simplistic, we all know who Troy Aikman is, Hall of Fame quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He's come out this week, and let's keep in mind, this is somebody who all he does for a living is watch film, study players, study tendencies, knows how the game is played, knows how the game should be officiated. He came out this week and made very strong comments against how the NFL is officiating against Patrick Mahomes, stating that he feels that, number one, quarterbacks are definitely getting preferential treatment, but he's saying that even beyond that, Patrick Mahomes is getting extra preferential treatment.
Well, where's the claims coming from? Which game? What play? What's going on?
We're talking about the game this Monday, Commanders versus the Chiefs.
Right.
Where there was a case of an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Commanders player for a hit against Mahomes that he said should not have that penalty whatsoever. But anybody who comes near Mahomes, anything that could be anything close to touching Mahomes, the referees are making calls that they should not be making. They're making calls that is coming down from the league itself.
Right.
Which opens up a whole Pandora box of all different kinds of conspiracies.
Right.
Because if you're sitting here saying, let's keep in mind, the officials are paid by who?
The NFL.
NFL. They work for the NFL. They are employees, and they're told what they can and cannot do. And if they don't do what the NFL tells them, they're going to get fired. And
they won't have a job.
So if you're sitting here and let's keep in mind, Troy Aikman works for the NFL. He's an NFL employee.
Right.
But for him to come out and criticize his employer and stating that they're giving preferential treatment, that opens up a whole bunch of conspiracies, controversies. Are the Chiefs really getting favorable treatment? I mean, we've been arguing this for years.
I hear what you're saying, but always, I call them presidential quarterbacks, Tom Brady's, the Tuck rule. This goes way back to when the Raiders and Brady, they were in the big game, and Tom Brady got the call quarterbacks, ever since they started babying quarterbacks, this goes back. It's not just Patrick Mahomes. Let's get off the Patrick Mahomes tip. And I remember that play. That play, if we were going back to old football, that play would have stood. But the whistle was blown numerous times, not just one time, not just 2 times, 3 or 4 times. Blown. And he still threw Patrick Mahomes down after the 4th whistle. It wasn't like the whistle was being blown and he threw him down. He stopped and then he did a wrestling move and threw him down. I'm one. I feel if the quarterback gets hit, he gets hit. Especially those where when they talking about you have to lighten up on the quarterback when you go into the ground. I think that's crazy, but not when you're holding the quarterback and then you body slam him to the ground after 4 whistles. Nah, I don't agree with him on that one. I don't. And the reason why I don't is because he body slammed him after 4 whistles. I'm going for the babying of the quarterback. That's the new NFL. Just like you can't hit a defensive receiver when we know back in the day when Irvin and them used to play, they used to get patted on the back for dislodging the ball, for hitting the receiver and knocking the ball down 30 yards, and the receiver's unconscious and going to the hospital. You remember they used to pat people on the back for that?
Oh yeah, you'd have highlight reels of nothing but big hits over the middle. I mean, they used to celebrate.
Yeah.
Killing people on the field. I mean, that used to be not just encouraged, but it was celebrated. And so, yeah.
How do you feel about that call? Because I know we were on the phone when that game was on. We might not have been on when that play happened. Mm-hmm. What do you feel on that play?
That particular play? No, I agree with you. It was definitely in today's NFL, especially, has to be called, no matter who the quarterback is. But I'm just speaking on is Aikman himself openly coming out criticizing his employer on something that, especially given what happened last week with the whole NBA thing, putting any kind of question marks into the integrity of the NFL game.
Well, I think it's a buildup. It's a buildup because it was not that call, but we've seen after these weeks a lot of calls that get called for quarterbacks, where the quarterback it's during while the whistle's being blown and he still get penalized. The one I hate the most, and I'll bring it up again, is when you tackle the quarterback and it's legal, and then like you came down on him with all your weight.
Right.
A big 350-pound lineman just hit this man. His body's off the ground. They expected him while he's floating in the ground, taking the quarterback to the ground, to ease up on his weight.
It's crazy.
When did we learn how to fly and control ourselves in the air? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But that's a call that gets called all the time. Oh, he fell on top of the quarterback. What is tackling now?
It's a lost art. I mean,
if you don't go to his head and you don't go to his knees and you wrap him up and bring him to the ground, that should not be a call. If you go to his head, we understand. If you go to his knee, we understand. But now they're stopping plays when he just gets wrapped up and tackled.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've been us, who like I said, fans of the game, love the game, love the history of the game. I don't know where we can go with the direction the NFL is going in. I mean, are we leaning to touch football? I mean, do we need to put flags on them and make it flag football?
What it needs to be done is the rules need to be ironed out. It needs to be ironclad. And if a bad call is called, just like in basketball, you're able to go back and challenge it, especially when it's egregious and you see the nonsense. Take it back. We understand the game is played fast. So in real time, you might have looked at it the wrong way because perception is everything. You might have perceived it this way, but that's not what happened. Take it back, pick the flag up. It was a bad call, and let's move on. Let's put sensors in the ball so we know exactly where the ball is stopped, where it's held up, where we can put a time clock on it, so we know that they didn't get the first or they got the first. These are easy, simple fixes that we have now that they have not implemented. They putting too much in the hands of the refs. The refs make eye vision calls, and we understand sometimes they see it this way from this angle, but the easy stuff shouldn't be still be in there. The easy stuff should be fixed in the NFL. Period. In all sports, let's make it more official with the officiating. Period.
Agree. Well, you want to get into college football?
Let's go.
Well, we have another big opening.
Who
LSU
got fired?
Tigers. There's a couple schools that not only do not tolerate not winning, but you can be winning, and if you're not winning good enough for them, you're still not winning. So Brian Kelly, now the ex-football coach for the LSU Tigers, I mean, when you come to LSU, there's only one thing they recognize you for, and that's national championships.
Yes, sir.
If you don't get a national championship at LSU, you're out the door. It don't matter what your record is.
It seems like I'm starting to see a lot of LSU's jerseys. And I used to see them, but not the abundance that I see now. It's a lot of people on that bandwagon now. Yeah. LSU is everywhere.
Well, they've been putting a lot of NFL players on the field. I mean, we can go around the league, starting with Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson. We can go down and down the list. They've been a football factory the last, especially 10 to 15 years of producing NFL talent.
I will give them on the talent. They put out people official as a whistle. I'm talking about the fans.
Yeah.
Their fan base used to be from where they're from. Now it's stretched across the waters. It's rampant now.
They're becoming a national team. I mean, they're up there with the Alabamas, the Michigans, Notre Dame, those elite schools that recognize championship level talent. So of course, whose name, whenever a big opening comes up, whose name's one of the first ones to be mentioned, Mr. Deion Sanders, who
they keep trying to make him go back on his and do something different. And another name I just got heard thrown in the mix.
Who's that?
Mr. John Gruden.
John Gruden, yeah.
You think he's going to jump back into coaching and go back to go to college?
Well, if he looks at what Bill Belichick is doing, it may not be in his best interest to go to college, given how much Bill Belichick is struggling in North Carolina. But I can see Gruden with the right money. I can see Gruden doing it. I think Gruden knows he was a recruiter as an NFL player, so he can definitely recruit.
Right.
He knows
talent.
He knows talent, and he knows he don't have to worry about money. The money's abundant, and so he can get the players that he needs to compete. So it'll be an interesting call. I mean,
and I gotta stop you because you be on Coach Belichick's back a whole lot.
Look, the history speaks for itself. I mean, look, him and Brady had one of the great 1-2, the greatest one. I mean, let's call it. It's
correct.
The greatest 1-2.
Correct.
In
him
NFL.
And Brady.
Yeah.
NFL.
Him and Brady have the greatest 1-2 in NFL history.
Hey, I give it to you.
But Bill Belichick, without Brady, leaves a whole lot to be desired.
Oh, man, update. Blue Jays 5. My Dodgers 1. It's the top of the 8th.
Ooh.
It's getting thin. Come on, Dodgers. Let's go. Let's go.
It's getting nervous time for you Dodger fans out there.
Because it's not nervous. We can handle this, Steve.
Okay.
We've been down before.
You don't want to have to win 2 on the road.
But back to what we were talking about, Belichick. How many years have Belichick been at this college team, Steve?
It's his first year.
So stop it.
I'm just calling
it. Got there, so that means all the players he's dealing with, somebody else brought them there. It wasn't the talent that he brought there. You have to give him 3 years to bring his talent in, Steve. You have to give him 3 years to bring his culture there, Steve. You have to give Mr. Belichick time to work his magic. You
I'm
can't
not like
judge a
some people
person
call
off
for
the
his
first
head.
year they jump in.
You haven't heard me call for his head yet.
I'm hearing you talk bad.
I'm just pointing out the fact that without Brady, his coaching has left a lot to be desired. I mean, that's a fair argument.
I think that's premature. That's way too soon. First year, and this is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, Steve.
Okay.
Belichick will be fine. His third year, then we will see the difference. Not off his first year dealing with personnel. Like I said, he didn't put that personnel there. Now he gets to go and find the talent. He gets to coach the talent, and then we will see a Belichick team. Okay. This team is not a Belichick team. It just has his name on it.
All right. Well,
his stamp is not there, Steve. Shout out to James Johnson. You see, he said, I've been a fan of LSU. Everybody know that. Let's go Tigers.
All right. LSU. Like I said, that LSU team they had with Burrow, when he had Burrow, I think he had Justin Jefferson. I forgot who the other wide receiver they had, who's in the NFL now. There's, God, trying to remember the other wide receiver name. Oh, that team was loaded.
The Blue Jays just scored again. Oh my goodness.
I think we're gonna put a wrap in this game.
Hey, not until the last ball is pitched. I'm gonna need you to relax, Steve. Shout out to Stan. We see you, Stan M out there. Stan the man. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
Yeah, tell me where I'm wrong. I want people to tell me where I'm wrong in my critique of Belichick. Anybody who feels like I'm being unfair to Bill Belichick, please write in, call in, let me know what I'm doing. Tell me where I'm wrong. The record speaks for itself.
Oh my goodness.
Brady has a Super Bowl ring without Belichick. Belichick barely has one winning season without Brady. And we're talking about in like 13 years of coaching without Brady.
But you're judging him on 1 year.
I'm judging him on 13 years. I'm judging him on 13 years of not winning without Brady. I'm not judging him on 1 year.
Oh my goodness.
This is just a continuation of what we saw. Now, keep in mind, in New England, when he had Mac Jones, you know who's winning with Mac Jones? Shanahan. Belichick couldn't win with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got to call it for what it is. And then Belichick have your man, Cam Newton.
Yeah, that Cam Newton project didn't work. Mm-hmm. I guess the egos didn't click right.
Exactly. And last I checked, Cam Newton, that's when Cam Newton was still balling. It wasn't like the Cam Newton now. This Cam Newton was still playing back then.
That correction. This is for all you Cam Newton people. Cam Newton should still be in the league. Cam Newton should still be playing. Cam Newton has been secretly blackballed, in my opinion. Cam Newton should still have a job over a lot of these QBs that got a job. Cam Newton is still the most athletic QB out there in his time.
Who blackballed him? Who blackballed him? Bill Belichick. Wasn't there a quarterback battle between Belichick and Mac Jones? And who did Belichick choose?
Yeah, but that was a funny time. That was when COVID was here and people didn't know. People were scared. So people, unvaccinated, vaccinated. That's when that argument was there. And then you had the troopers that was like, I'm not getting a shot. And you had the troopers like, I got my shot. I'm going to be away from you. Wah, 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 wah. Now we moved on. We know that Cam Newton is a Heisman Trophy winner. We know that Cam Newton is an MVP NFL player. We know Cam Newton has went to the Super Bowl. There's a bunch of QBs out there that don't even hold a candle to Cam Newton that got jobs and are getting paid big money. One I can think of off the top, Kirk Cousins, that just got a starting gig.
I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get to him in a few minutes.
Making $50 million.
I'm gonna get to him in a few minutes.
Oh my goodness!
Don't even get me started there. But I think the last team, if I remember correctly, the last team that disrespected Cam Newton was who? Even past New England, who was the last team to disrespect Cam Newton?
I don't know about disrespecting Cam Newton, but I know Cam Newton has been getting a raw deal. And I've always told you about Cam Newton. His and I've said this for years when he was still playing. He speaks volumes when he steps into a room. I think his aura scares people away. They don't like a QB that's expressive, that talks his mind. Because the crazy thing is, Cam Newton wasn't a problem in the locker room. He was a leader, and he still got blackballed. That's well.
I know you don't want to say it. I'm gonna say it for you. The Carolina Panthers, even after New England, he went back to Carolina on a team that had McCaffrey and had that defense. And what'd you guys do with him?
Yeah, that's an unfair statement. My team, Carolina has been making mistakes for the last 5 years. It has nothing to do with, it had nothing to do with Cam Newton. Carolina is a team that went out and gave away 3 number 1 draft picks to get a quarterback. And then when they got the quarterback, while they were getting the quarterback, they decided to get rid of the top 5 running back in the league. They gave away the defensive players. Carolina is number 1 player deficient. We just started getting number 1s back. We got Leggett number 1. When we got our new wide receiver this year, he's a number 1, and we got Bryce Young, he's a number 1. Other than that, we need another injection, and it's coming. The Carolina Panthers next season is going to be off the chain. But we just got to get smart business people in there. But this is going back to talk about Carolina and what happened with Cam Newton. Carolina's front office has been horrible, couldn't make good deals, and bad decisions all the way down. He didn't get disrespected because totally honest, this is my team and I love them. They've been disrespecting themselves for the last 5 years with decision making. Decision making has been horrible, horrendous. Man, that's another story for another time. You're gonna make me go off in the rant.
We're gonna close it on that.
Made me start breathing bad.
Because the argument started on Cam Newton should still be in the league, and I'm going to close it out. But yeah, he should still be in the league, playing for the Carolina Panthers.
He should at least be a backup.
I mean, I take him right now over the Red Rocket after what we saw this past Sunday.
Well, are we going to NFL, Steve? Because I got a lot.
We already mentioned the NFL because we need to get into, since we are talking about these Carolina Panthers. Let's talk about your head coach, Dave Canales.
I like him.
We can't call him a rookie coach no more.
I like him, but it was a lot of bad decisions this last week. And there's no brainers. We are fans, speaking from a fan perspective, and letting y'all know we see the BS going on. The Carolina Panthers have one of the strongest run games in the NFL. We know the Buffalo Bills have one of the weakest run defenses. So what does my coach do when we play the Bills? He puts the Red Rocket in, a Red Rifle in, and has him pass the ball like he's Tom Brady, Peyton Manning reborn, instead of running the ball. And then with running the ball, we have a guy that has outran every top running back the last 2-3 weeks standing, hands down. Our running back was hurt. He came back, and for some reason, he thought it was a good idea to put the guy that was just hurt back at the starting job instead of the guy with the hot hands, instead of the guy who's getting damn near 200 yards a game. He put in the guy who was hurt to start the game instead of the hot hands. Now, I can go on and
top
on
5 running back. You mean that he was top 5 running back? Are you talking about Rico Dowdell?
My goodness. Yes, Rico.
You mean the
Rico and
ones that
Suave.
what's that? You mean the one that defenses couldn't stop, but who could? Dave Canales could stop him.
Stop him.
He
Had
said,
him
"Hey,
sitting on the sidelines like he was on punishment with his arms folded."
he said defenses can't stop you, but I can slow you down. I'm just not gonna give you the ball.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just not gonna, let me just give you the ball like 6-7 times, and you got like 68 yards on like 6-7 rushes. We're gonna give the ball to Chuba Hubbard 12 times for 27 yards.
12 times for 27 yards, and nobody, a light bulb didn't go off to say, wait a minute, this guy was hurt. He just came back. Why are we not putting our workhorse that's been doing things for us the last few weeks? But hey, let's see, Steve, you got my blood pressure up again. You got my blood pressure going again, Steve.
Dave Canales is like that. You know, when you're at the casino and you got that slot machine and it's been taking your money, and you're like, well, I'm going to put some more money in there because this time it's going to hit. I'm going to put some more money in there because this time it's going to hit. And you just keep putting money in there. That's what Dave Canales did with Chuba Hubbard last week.
And I want to say to him what the casino boss came and said. You didn't see you was being taken after the second time. You didn't see you was being taken.
I mean, two yards of carry. He was like, okay, he got 2 yards here, but next time he's gonna break it. Look at him again. Okay, 2 more yards.
And then when you put the hot hands in there, he gets 8 yards.
8 yards to carry.
And you take him out the game. Even he had to double look. He looked and like he's calling me out the game.
He had double the yardage in half the carries.
Hey, Steve, you know what? Let's get to this NFL recap.
Steve, you know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? The Washington Redskins. You remember that team? Remember that team used to make fun of me of when I told you I would refuse to wear that hat until that owner's gone? Remember that team?
Update of the Major League Baseball game while Steve is trying to kick me while I'm down. Blue Jays 6, Dodgers 1. It's the bottom of the 8th. My goodness. Come on, my Dodgers. Let's get it going. That's that Dodger Blue. Man, that Dodger Blue runs deep. Let's go.
Woo.
Now we get into this NFL recap for the 2025 season. Another week is in the books. Is there any games that you would like to go over from last week, Steve? Does anything stick out for you that you want to go over?
Oh, yeah. 2 of my favorites who I love to get after. Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. Between the 2 of them, I think they've made about $700 million in the NFL.
Wow.
And have 1 Super Bowl to show for it.
Wow.
We got how many years? 30 years of NFL quarterbacking, $700 million in 1 Super Bowl.
Still playing,
still robbing the NFL. I mean, it must be beautiful that when you're making over a couple $1 million a game to go out there and just stink it up and people still think you're still good. That must be a beautiful thing.
Who are you on right now, Steve?
Does it make a difference? They're both the same. Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins.
I am not going to put Aaron Rodgers in that boat with this game with the Packers. If you go and anybody who watched this late game on Sunday, Aaron Rodgers did everything he could do, and the Steeler team they weren't working with him. They were dropping balls, they were fumbling balls. And what I will say, the only down part I will give on Aaron Rodgers, and my partner that was with me said it, Aaron Rodgers, when you keep making mistakes, he's going to give up. He's going to give up, and everybody can see it on his face. He starts looking like I ain't a part of this team. I don't even like you. Why are you looking at me? You can tell the way there's no passion in his movement, anything. He's just throwing the ball out there after he gives up, because he put the ball on people's hands and on their chest, and they drop easy passes. There's no downfall on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did everything he could do in this game.
Do
My
you see
only
what I
bad thing,
mean?
like I said, he gave up at the
Do,
end. He was getting no help, period.
do,
No
do, you,
help at all.
do you see what I mean? You are the great apologist for somebody who's making $7 million a game and lacks the key word, leadership. You know what a leader does? A leader rises above the struggle. You know who a true leader is? Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, right.
How did the Chiefs start? 5 weeks ago, what were we saying about the Chiefs?
They were down and out.
They were down and out. They don't look
I
like
never
the
gave
same
up on them.
team.
I knew that Rashid Rice was coming back. I knew that Chiefs would make a turn for the good. I understood. Like last season, everybody talked about the Chiefs when they lost in the Super Bowl. They talked bad about the Chiefs, like the Chiefs just barely made it to the Super Bowl, and they failed to mention that was the third time in a row they went to the Super Bowl, and then they won the 2 times before and lost the third time. I'm not down on the Chiefs. I know what the Chiefs have. I'm not the one saying the Chiefs have crossed the bridge, that they passed their time. That's null and void. The Chiefs are real and they will stay real. Another team people need to watch out for is the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson is back, they will run the table.
Oh my goodness.
They will run the table.
This is the point I'm talking about. Now in the same breath, he's talking about one of the greatest leaders of our generation. Right. He's going to put Lamar Jackson in the same breath with Patrick Mahomes, the anti-leadership. You got one guy who is the true leader of this generation of quarterbacks, and then you're going to put
hands down
Lamar Jackson in that same breath as Patrick Mahomes. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Let me be completely transparent. Nobody can take anything away from Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best, if not the best QB in the game. And what I mean by that is he has gotten the so-called bag. He is making the money that all QBs want to be making and could be making more. He's not stressing his team out, and he loves the game, and that's why we love to watch him play the game. The difference between him and Lamar is Lamar has all the talent to be on the same page as a Patrick Mahomes. The only problem with that I can see and that Steve is getting at is the leadership. Once he got the money, it doesn't seem like the gameplay is the same anymore, and that's what we have to deal with in the NFL. Leadership, he does need to lead better. But once these guys get all that money, the gameplay just falls down with it. But the only thing we got to go off with Lamar Jackson is he likes to look good, so he's going to win games. But when it gets to the big game, when we need him to be a leader, and he hasn't been leading all season, that's what you get.
No, see, this is what I mean when we talk with Packett. He leaves things out intentionally to try to skewer the argument.
Oh my goodness! What did I leave out?
Why don't you tell the people the real argument, the real situation with Lamar Jackson, rather than sugarcoating it into this? Only thing with Lamar Jackson is, he just doesn't have leadership, but it's he is a great player. No,
he is a great player.
He's a great player, but pretty much all NFL players, but especially top-tier players, they have in their contract what's called a workout clause. This is something the NFL does to try to put incentives on their players and make sure they're staying in condition throughout the season.
Exactly.
Now, Patrick Mahomes has a $1 million clause, which he's never always gets it because he goes throughout the season and does the workout. Lamar Jackson, for the second year in a row, has a $750,000 clause in his contract that if he just shows up to 80%, not 100%, 80% of the offseason workouts, they're going to give him $750,000. Lamar Jackson has taken upon himself both seasons to say, nah, I can't be bothered. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind. Why has Lamar Jackson not played the last 3 weeks?
Injury, hamstring.
Hamstring injury. You know what a hamstring injury is? That's a lack of workout injury.
Not keeping it warm.
When you hurt your hamstring like that, you hurt your hamstring because you're not keeping your hamstring warm, and thus ends up happening is that after a while your hamstring wears down when you go into the grind of an NFL season, and what happens?
Well, let me put it.
This wasn't a contact injury. This was a workout injury.
We got to let younger people understand, because I understand. I totally get what you're saying. What he's saying is, like, as you get older, you have to stretch, you have to work out so you don't make simple injuries on yourself as you move around during your day. So a football player who's playing at the highest capacity there is needs to have warm-ups and practice before the game and during the week, so his body is prepared to be at the top perfection for the game. And what these NFL players do now that they didn't do, or they used to do, was before they would be prepared, they would play in pads. Now the commissioners, they don't have to play in pads anymore. They don't run through the game like they used to do in full gear. They do light work. That's why we've seen a pickup of all these injuries. And I don't understand why the Players Commission doesn't see that we hurting ourselves. Or is it okay because we know we're still going to get paid, long as it happened in the commission of the game? It's one of those things that
you're excusing Lamar Jackson. You're trying to blame on the league for his hamstring.
Well, I'm not blaming on the league. I had to explain to the kids because they just thinking it's a non-contact injury in a game that's just something that happens. And I was letting them know that this happens with lack of work, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they can be warm, Steve, and still get a hamstring injury.
Of course.
But we've seen a lot of them.
But my issue, though, is that we wouldn't have the argument if he did the off-season workouts. I'd have no argument there. But the fact that he doesn't do the off-season workouts, the argument presents itself. And this is the second year in a row. It's not like it's an accident. It wasn't like there was something that caused him not to miss it. He's just chosen not to do it.
Stan said he'll work out for $750K.
$750K. just to work, just to do what you're supposed to do anyway. It's not like it's anything extra. It's staying in shape throughout the season.
It's what you get paid for, and it's what you chose. This is your profession, people. It is what it is.
And on top of the fact that all he needs for his career is this Super Bowl. I mean, that's the only thing left for him to do. There's nothing else for him to accomplish other than winning the Super Bowl. So he should be all in, because that's all he has left to prove in his career. There's nothing else for him to prove.
And I picked Baltimore
you picked Baltimore from the jump.
And hey.
And what I tell you, I told you in the offseason, when I saw he wasn't working out, did I not come on the show and tell everybody, mark this down? This is going to come back to bite Baltimore. That he didn't work out.
Bar no injury. And this is not even the injury this is not even a real injury to me. This is something that happens, and with the person that is that fast at that level, it has to be from non working out. It has to be from what Steve is talking about. And I could be wrong. I'm not a sports medicine doctor, but I watched the game for a long time. And I've seen injuries, and these injuries are coming abundant in the last 3-4 years since they made this deal. Abundantly, we've getting a lot of hamstring. We used to get hamstring here and there, a hamstring acting up. Somebody got hit on the hamstring. But now in the beginning of the season, come on now, put 1 and 1 together and make 2. Real simple. Real simple. But
it's
Steve,
simple to me. I don't recall Patrick Mahomes missing 4 games for a hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me.
I recall Patrick Mahomes being hurt, limping around the field to make sure his team gets the win because he's getting paid the money. He's going to make sure his team gets the W. But that's a different breed. That's a different breed.
And
not every player does that. Not every player is committed to that.
Brett Favre played 13 straight years without missing a game. Peyton Manning played 12, 13 years without missing a game. Eli Manning played 12, 13 years without missing a game. Tom Brady played 20-some years, missed one season with one knee injury, and played every game for the rest of his career. You can't tell me that with Lamar Jackson and the cavalcade of injuries he's had, that it ties to his unwillingness. I mean, he's a gifted athlete. There's no question the gifts he has as an athlete.
Nobody's questioning that.
But his commitment to being the best athlete he can be can definitely be questioned. And keep in mind, we never played in the NFL. We're not. We're fans.
Hardcore fans.
Yes, but we know that in order to play in the league, it has to be a full commitment. It can't be a partial commitment. It can't be when you feel like a commitment. You have to either be all in or all out.
You're getting paid top dollar.
Top dollar.
To perform.
And he cried he cried hard to get that huge contract. And he earned up the huge contract.
He did.
But once you get that contract, you got to give back.
Stan says Tom Brady was always preaching warm up and stretching.
Yes. But Tom Brady, year round, he had one of the most insane workout regimens in the offseason in terms of all that stuff he did with the eating, the commitment. All those things played a part in keeping him healthy.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, yeah, that's my issue with Lamar Jackson is someone who I compare it to Shaq. And then now in Shaq's defense, Shaq does have 4 rings. But damn, what could have been with Shaq if Shaq would have committed himself to fitness his whole career? How great could Shaq have been if he would have fully committed himself to being the best Shaq he could be? Because you remember that young Shaq, that 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old Shaq was insane.
Yeah,
I mean, lean as a greyhound, ran up and down the field like as fast as the guards did, dunking on everybody. But that Shaq of 30, 35, he was laboring to get up down the court, overweight.
Not the same. Not the same.
What could have happened if Shaq would have really committed himself to the weight?
Wow. At this moment,
he said it himself.
We have to give a shout out to the best of the best in football. Somebody that we didn't think was going to be here.
Yeah.
Somebody that we had written off, honestly, that we didn't think that he was worth what everybody had put on him. And me, myself, I have to apologize and let everybody know that Daniel Jones is the real deal. Real deal.
But Daniel Jones,
best team in the NFL.
The only thing I can say about Daniel Jones is, what the hell is going on with the New York Giants? What the? The New York Giants, Malik Neighbors, out for the year. Cam Scatterbo, or as you say, Cam Scatterboo.
Scatterboo!
Out for the year. They tried to destroy Daniel Jones. I mean, there's something in the water in that organization. Ever since Michael Strahan retired, that organization is cursed.
Ever since Michael Strahan retired, Eli Manning's gone.
Yeah.
That team has lost its mojo and can't find it. And I don't know what's going to take. You know, they need to be remade. Do they need a new owner? They need new something because management, you let one of the best running backs go, and you got to get that deal done. That deal has to be in ink. That deal has to get done. How do you let him go the way you let him go? And what did they get for him? Did they get peanuts?
Peanuts. Good. All I know is this. In the 2026 draft, when they say the New York Giants with their first round pick drafts whoever, that person's going to get up and say, nah, I'm good. You can put me back in. I'm cool. I ain't going there.
Wow.
I wouldn't even want to come close to being drafted by the Giants, given that team's history the last 10 years.
Daniel Jones, regular season stats. He has 2,062 yards, 13 touchdowns, and his QB rating is 79.3.
Woo! It's night and day. It's a whole different world. Now we do got to give a lot of props to his running back. You know, he does have an elite running back there in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
so we got to give props to him.
He was elite before he got there.
Yeah, he was.
But now it seems like brothers have been reunited, and they've injected into that offense rejuvenation. I don't think this guy is going anywhere. They have a long life to live right now, and they're looking dangerous. And after every game, they're getting better and better. Mind you, their record is a little fluff. You know, their record.
It's the NFL. Hey, you only play who's in front of you. The NFL schedule.
That's what I said.
You got to call for what it is.
Yeah.
But you know who I feel sick for? Anthony Richardson, because he has to sit there day after day and look them people in the eye. He got to sit there day after day and look those people in the eye. The only one you can feel worse for is Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson at least has a Super Bowl ring. He has someone that he can sit there and look them in the eye and say, okay, y'all disrespecting me, but you know something? Super Bowl ring.
Russell Wilson did his thing.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson's time was there, and Russell Wilson was elite when his time was there. And nobody talked bad about Russell Wilson but haters. Yeah, period.
So Russell Wilson at least got that going for him. Anthony Richardson doesn't have anything to hold his hat on. He got to sit in that locker room day after day, look them guys in the eye, and know that his failed experiment led to Daniel Jones. And nobody is talking about putting him back in.
Well, Anthony Richardson, I don't understand why you feel sorry for this guy. Are you talking about Anthony Richardson, the same guy that was playing, that pulled himself out the game and said that he was tired?
I mean,
are you talking about the same person?
Yeah, I'm talking about that guy. That guy.
He's in the NFL. He pulled himself out of a game and said he was tired.
He said he needed a rest. He said he needed a rest. Hey,
I don't get how you feel any type of way about this guy. How?
Because that's an organizational issue. They put him in too soon. He wasn't ready. He didn't know how to win. He didn't understand how to win. Nobody was there to coach him on how to win. And then you bring in somebody who's been through the doldrums.
What pick was he?
He was like number 5. He was a top 5 pick. He was up
in
there.
The first round, right?
Yeah.
He was a first round draft pick, right?
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's a bust.
I'm not going to call him a bust.
I feel sorry for him.
I'm not going to call him a bust because we just talked about Daniel Jones, who looked like an entire bust and got a facelift and put on a new team, and he doesn't look like the same Daniel Jones that was at the Giants. So I'm not going to say that man is a bust. We can go to another person. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played for the Jets. He looked like a bust. He looked like an entire bust, but Sam Darnold is rejuvenated. A facelift, a new culture, a new team. It rejuvenates you. This young man just needs to be on another team. I got to see him play for somebody who's really for him before I can call him a bust.
But that's my whole point. Until he goes somewhere else, right now he has a bust label put on his back. Now he may go somewhere else and do it.
You
And
put
like I
that
said,
label on his back, Steve. That's not right.
I'm just calling it for what it is. He has to look those guys in the eye every day, and they all know, man, we stuck with you as quarterback. Look where this guy's coming. We're the same people who was playing last year for this guy, and now we Super Bowl contenders. Last year we couldn't even talk playoffs.
Okay, update. The baseball game is over. The Blue Jays have won 6-1. They up 3-2 to the Dodgers 2. That's okay. We're gonna dust ourselves off. We're gonna get back to work, and we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna have more updates to you. We're gonna put out a timeout for the next game, and the Dodgers is about to get it. So, our Dodger Blue is about to get it. Our Dodger Blue runs deep. It runs deep. But Steve, all right,
so we recorrecting our picks then. So imagine you're saying Dodgers in 7. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not correcting anything. It was a slight hiccup. It was a slight hiccup. That's all.
Yeah, Dodgers in 5. So are you now going with Dodgers in 7?
I gotta be, Steve.
Okay, because I'm changing my pick. I got Toronto in 6.
Oh my goodness!
Toronto's going. They go up to Toronto and giving Dodgers the business.
I knew the hate was going to come out of you sooner or later.
You listen to me. You don't lose a 17-inning game like they lost in Game 3. Come back the next night, put hands on the dot, and then come back the night after that and put hands on again. That's a team of destiny. And so I'm taking Toronto in 6. I think, unfortunately for Dave Roberts, this is the end of the road for him because they're gonna fire him after the season.
It's time to get into these picks, Steve. You brought my spirit down, Steve.
Well, that's what I do. But I'd be remiss before we get into the picks real quick. Kirk Cousins, we can't let him go.
Another person Steve hates.
Listen to me. I try to give Packard the benefit of the doubt. Packard has been on Kirk Cousins' love train for 10 years now. He's told me how great fantasy he is.
It's not a love train. It's just the truth.
Oh my God.
People hate the truth.
Oh my God. And so I was feeling froggy. I was sitting there. I said, Packard always tells me how great Kirk Cousins is. They're playing the Dolphins. I mean, a team that's just in total disarray. I said, okay, Kirk Cousins is back in. He's good for one game. I said he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out the first game and show out. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna be good the season, but I said, okay, he's good for one game at home against the Dolphins.
You would think.
You would think so. He went out there and stunk it up. Oh my God, he was throwing the ball 10 feet over people's heads, and then looking at them like, "Why did you catch it?"
Yeah.
I'm not Will Chamberlain. I'm not 7'5".
I'm not defending him. I'm not going to defend him. It is what it is. But like I said, I said this. If he has a job, Cam Newton should have a job easily. Easily. There's a lot of teams that need some rejuvenation, and a physical running QB like Cam Newton should be in the mix. He should be in the mix. Even if a backup, there's no way a Cam Newton should not be playing, and I'm always going to be an advocate for that until he's too old to play.
Let me pose this question to you. What's worse, a quarterback making $2 million a game to sit on the bench, or a quarterback making $2 million a year to stink it up? What's worse? Because look at Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins making like $50 million sitting on the bench.
Huh?
Kirk Cousins making $50 million sitting on the bench.
That's what I'm saying. So what's worse? Having him sit on the bench for $50 million, or put him in the game and he just stinks it up for $50 million?
Well, I you know what? That's not all on Kirk Cousins, because there's other teams that needed Kirk Cousins. That team went out and got Kirk Cousins, and when they got Kirk Cousins, they drafted a QB, which made no sense. So maybe somebody on that team is old school, and they brought Kirk Cousins in so he could mentor the new guy coming in. But They spent that money and they knew which way they wanted to go when they spent the money. That's a bad organization deal right there, sir. I'm not going to
I've
put that on
always
Kirk
said Kirk Cousins' agent should be the Secretary of the Treasury, because if somebody who knows how to handle money and make money for you, Kirk Cousins' agent is a genius. Whoever his agent, we got to look up the name of his agent. Whoever his agent is,
yeah,
he's not getting paid enough for what he's done for Kirk Cousins in his
everybody
career.
should want to hire his agent.
Everybody should want to hire his agent.
He works hard for his talent.
Because how he's been able to get not just one, but 2 major contracts out of somebody who's only won one NFL playoff game in 13 seasons.
One.
And he's made well over $300 million in the NFL.
Shout out to Charles Tongue. He said AR needs to move to a new team. Bus label is real until a few years of being a backup.
Thank you, Charles.
Then he said Cousins is cooked. Shout out to Charles Tongue. He always watches the show. Thank you, sir, for your support.
Appreciate you. The Chargers, they look good. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Chargers. The Chargers are one of them teams. They week to week. Charles Tongue, a big Charger fan. I mean, I know right now we can't make a true measurement of them until they get back Hampton.
Right.
Hampton was going to be a big part of their game plan for the season, but I don't know. Jury's still out on the Chargers. They can look great once a week, and they can sneak it up the next week. So,
I think I'm gonna ride with them this week. And people, we will be opening the phone lines next week.
You want to get to these picks? Yes. I had to get off my chest.
We will be opening the phone lines next week.
Yes. Let's do these picks.
And now we're about to do these picks and run through these picks because time is precious right now, and we've ran through a lot of time. Steve, are you ready to do the picks for this week?
Let's do it.
Okay, week 9 picks. Ravens and Dolphins Thursday night. Lamar Jackson is back, and I'm taking the Ravens to blow the Dolphins out the water. Who are you taking, Steve?
As much as I badmouth Lamar Jackson, I guess I got to take him because they're playing the Dolphins. I mean, if they lose the Dolphins, they're done. So, Ravens.
Okay, so it's a unanimous. We're both taking the Ravens. Next, we move to the Bears going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals, Joe Flacco and company. I don't think Joe Flacco is going to be playing this game. He's going to get a W this game with the Bears. They 3-5. The Bears are 4-3. I'm still taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals. Who are you taking, Steve?
You know something? God, I hate agreeing with you on all these picks. I hate agreeing with you. This is bothering me, but I'm with you. I think Flacco had a tough one last week, so I think he's due this week. I got Flacco to win.
Anybody who gambles, this is a gambling week. Go put your money. It's time to make some money this week. This is one of those weeks that you go and you put your stuff in and you be happy because this is one of those good weeks. And Steve, I'm gonna let you pick first because I'm tired of you following me. It's not like you to pick the same teams as me.
Yeah,
Vikings go in there to Detroit to play the Lions. Who are you taking, Steve?
Chiefs, Lions. Oh,
Vikings,
Detroit.
Lions.
In Detroit. Oh God, this is a toss-up game to me.
Toss-up.
When I do toss-up games, I got to go.
Let me tell you who's playing again, Steve, because I think you heard me wrong. The Minnesota Vikings is playing the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a week ahead of myself. I'm thinking Chiefs Lions.
Okay.
Forgive me, guys. I'm a week ahead, so I'm getting excited for the Chiefs Lions game.
Yeah, he was
Minnesota Lions. I got the Lions.
Okay, Lions. So we both taking the Lions. Now this is a game I know we're not going to agree on. Carolina packs up their bags and they fly into Lambeau to play the Green Bay Packers. Who are you taking, Steve?
Guys, this is a common sense game here. This is a common sense.
Steve, just tell you who you picking. I don't tell you about no common sense. Who are you picking?
This is the lock of the week. You heard this? We're gonna call this. This is the the master lock of the week. Green Bay all day, every day. All day, every day. Go ahead and say it.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to tell you like this. Carolina not losing this game, Bryce Young play. I'm going to tell you like that. Okay. And this is what we're going to do, Steve. We're going to have I want to have a bet with you. Mm-hmm. If Carolina loses this game next week, I'll wear a Washington Commanders hat the whole game. If Carolina wins this game, you have to wear a Carolina Panther hat the whole show.
Oh, easy. I'll take that bet.
The whole show. No, we're going to go further than that. You got to wear the hat the whole week.
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
The whole week. Every day I got to see you in the picture of the hat.
Whole week.
In public.
Listen to me. I don't have to worry. I don't even own a Carolina Panther hat, so I'm not even worried. I don't need to worry about it.
Oh, don't.
It's safe.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's easy to get you one. We can go right there and get you one. And for me, I'm gonna wear a Commander hat. I'm guaranteeing to win.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, delusion is running rampant on Blow the Whistle Sports. So
delusion.
All right. So we
I don't care if you pick Green Bay with Steve.
We will
win this game.
In his, you understand? In his heart, he really don't think Carolina's going to win. But he has no choice but to say it because
I'm telling y'all what's going on.
He knows, as I told you guys,
win this game. Carolina's going to beat the Green Bay Packers.
I told you guys when the season started 7-10, 8-9, and my prediction is looking so good right now.
Moving right along, because you guys have made your picks. You and Stan on teams teaming up. So what? Broncos going there to Texas to play the Texans. Who you taking, Steve?
Broncos.
I am too. I'm taking the Broncos. All right. Now the Falcons falling to New England to play the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. Who you taking, Steve?
I'm not taking Kirk Cousins. Is Penix coming back?
I didn't check the depth chart yet.
I got to check the depth chart. If Kirk Cousins is playing, I'm definitely taking the Patriots.
So if the other QB is playing, you taking the Falcons over the Patriots?
No, but I give the Falcons a chance.
Ain't nobody a chance. Next game, 49ers playing the Giants that are broken. The Giants are broken.
They're broken.
They lost Scatterboo, and I like that guy Swag. I wish him well returns. I want him to get better because I like the way he play. I like his swag. I like his swag with that QB over there. I think both of them together, him and Dart, like they make a nice combination right there. Get better, Scatterboo. Get better.
Horrible injury. But the Giants, they're playing for the number one pick at this point. All right. Who they playing against? It don't matter, but who they playing?
The 49ers.
Oh, 49ers.
Well, we're both taking the 49ers. Now the Colts go in there to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Daniel Jones in the house.
From what I saw, the Steelers defense last week, I got the Colts.
I don't care. I'm riding with the Colts. 7-1 Colts, knocking people off like it ain't nothing. Aaron Rodgers giving up on the team when they make him upset. I got to stay with the Colts right now. Now we take the Los Angeles Chargers going in there to Tennessee to play the Titans. 5-3 Chargers against the 1-7 Titans. Who do you take, Steve?
See, this is a game. If not for the Panthers, this would be my lock pick. But I just don't know what Charger team going to show up. It's if Tennessee could win another game.
Hey, Steve, you say all this and then you go with the Chargers, we're going to have an issue.
Well, I have to go, but I'm saying I got to go with the Chargers because Tennessee's god awful. But don't be surprised if Tennessee wins. I'm just saying Chargers should win. Common sense tells you they're going to win.
Chargers going to win this game hands down. I don't know what you on, Steve. I don't know what hate is in your heart to think the Tennessee Titans is going to beat the Chargers.
I'm just saying
they even have a chance of beating the Chargers.
They shouldn't. But Chargers are that team that you don't know what Charger team is going to show up.
Okay. So the New Orleans Saints is coming here to LA to play the Rams. Who you taking, Steve?
Oh, the Rams.
All day,
All
every
day.
day.
Yeah,
The
the
Los
Saints
Angeles Rams win that game.
the Saints are finding the Giants for the number 1 pick.
Jacksonville Jaguars flying to Vegas to play the Raiders. Who you taking, Steve?
See, this is another one of these games I'm talking about. Both teams are playing like beauty. So this is a game
I can agree with you on. I can't agree with you with the Chargers and Titans. I can agree with you with this game. I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's a lesser of two evils. So I got to think the Raiders have done nothing the last 3 weeks, so they're due. So I'm just taking the Raiders on nothing more than they're due.
Yeah, okay. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Moving right along to the game of the week, the game that everybody wants to see, the game that I do not understand why the NFL did not flex this game and make it a Sunday night football game. This is a 125 game. The Chiefs play the Bills, and this is going to be a game right here. This is going to be a game. Offense versus offense. Why this game wasn't a Sunday night game? I don't get it.
Because it's going to be the AFC Championship game, so they figure why make it 2 primetime games in a row? We already know it's going to be the championship game, so
crazy.
I'm just telling the NFL mentality. They don't. The NFL is so arrogant. They don't need to put their best games on primetime. They like we're going to make the people watch some game that's lesser because we know they're going to watch it anyway.
Stan agree with you. He took the Raiders. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're due. I mean they had a bye week. I mean they had 2 weeks to prepare. I just feel like they'll find a way.
Thank you, Charles. He said Green Bay is weak against the run. Thank you, sir.
But who's your starting running back?
Idle.
Trevor Hubbard.
Idle starting, sir.
Your best running back is going to be sitting on the bench saying, "Coach, put me in. I can get 8 yards of carry on this team." The Canals are like, "Shut up. Trevor be here longer. He's going to be our starter."
All right. As you guys can see, Steve is off on the rant hating on my team once again.
I told you.
And he still hasn't picked who he's taking the Chiefs.
Remain the friendly ghost. And I'm taking the Chiefs. Come on now. Mahomes all day, every day.
I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, but we're playing this in Buffalo. They both got 5 wins. The Chiefs have a better offense. I'm just going to say that because I'm taking the Bills because of Allen running and having the same passing attack. I'm taking the Bills.
Okay.
Picking the Bills in this game. So we differ in this game. Now, a gambling man, yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
Okay.
Now we move to the Sunday night game that shouldn't be a Sunday night game. Seahawks going to Washington to play the Commanders.
Once again, I told you guys before the season the Commanders were going to be a step down. I warned everybody. When you sat there and looked at me like I was crazy when I told you that the Commanders were not going to be the same team they were last year. You were like, "You're talking about
Steve, the quarterback is hurt.
It don't matter."
Now, if he was playing and this was happening, I'll be like, "Yeah, you were right, Steve." But somebody getting hurt, I'm not going off an injury. That's
no. Time out. Who's the starting running back you picked up in fantasy that you yourself even admitted, man, he ain't doing nothing for us this year? Tell me who your starting running back is.
Merritt.
Okay, thank you. How are they going to win the game when their running back is getting 20 yards a game, 25 yards a game? They're starting running back.
Hey, that should be our number 1 pick this season is a running back.
But that should have been our number 1 pick last season. Why didn't they do it?
They thought Eckler was going to be it. They didn't expect him to get hurt.
Eckler been hurt his whole career. There was questions whether Eckler should even come back this season because of all the concussions he's had.
The
Commanders, I hate to say it, but Peters has gone from the penthouse to the outhouse in a matter of a year. The GM for the Commanders, who looked like he was a genius last year, there's a lot of rumblings in DC whether or not he may keep his job this year.
James Johnson said, "Oh no, Steve. Oh no."
Yeah, I'm keeping it real. You got a Greyhound. You got a Rolls Royce in Jaden Daniels. What have I been telling you? I told you all last year. I told you this year. Please don't put that man on the field hurt. He's too good. He means too much to the organization to put him out there injured and let him be another RG3. That would be devastating for the organization if he were to get an RG3 injury.
So are you picking your team this week, Steve?
No, I'm taking the Seahawks. I've given up on the season. I've already told you. Commanders right now, the season's done. They need to just tank it
season not done, but hey, y'all, if you giving up, I gave up on y'all too. I'm taking the Seahawks also. Monday Night Football. Cardinals go into Dallas to play the Cowboys. Do the Cowboys play rejuvenated with the 3-4-1 record, or the 2-5 Cardinals beat the Cowboys at home? And your boy right here, I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win the game. Who you taking, Steve?
I want to take the Cardinals so bad.
That will only be because you hate the Cowboys so much.
You just don't know. I've taken the Cowboys the last 2 weeks, and it's pain. I've won the last. I've won in these picks. I'm sorry, change that. I took the Broncos last week, so I had the Broncos, but I took the Cowboys against the Commanders. So it's pained me to take the Cowboys, but the Cardinals, God, I got to go with the Cowboys. It pains me. You know I hate.
My goodness, you guys heard it here first on Blood Whistle Sports.
You know I hate.
He hates the Cowboys so much. Do you see that? He couldn't even say it good. He said Cardinals, Cowboys, and the Cowboys came out.
I want to take the Cardinals. I mean, if the Cardinals win this week, I'm going to be sick to my stomach because you know how much I want to take the Cardinals.
We want to see you next week, Steve. We got to start with the ghosting. We want to see you, man.
I'm going to jump off the highest bridge in L.A. Everybody knows there's no bridge in L.A., but the highest one they have, I'm going to jump off it because
you got to come to Glendale to get to the bridge.
Yeah, get to the actual bridge. So, yeah, I got to take the – oh, God, I hate taking the Cowboys. Yeah, but yeah, that offense is on point, and I don't think the Cardinals have an offense good enough to compete with their offense. So
hey, well, you guys heard it here. Blow the Whistle Sports. Tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. sharp. We here giving you all the latest and greatest on all your
before you go though. You mean the Cardinals and Cowboys at the Monday Night Football game?
Yes, Steve. That's why I complain.
Well, wait a second. You complained about the Seahawks and Commanders game.
Both those games is trash.
Well, why'd you say that then? Instead of sitting there criticizing the Seahawks and Commanders, I'd rather watch that game than the Cardinals and Cowboys.
Both those games compared to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, null and void. The whole point was the big game should have been the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills game.
Oh, I agree with you on that. Yes, that should have been Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Monday Night Football. You know, sometimes we get it's a hit and miss with Monday night.
It's the Jerry Jones factor. Anybody that have a brain would tell you Cardinals and Cowboys before the season even started was going to suck. That was a case of Jerry Jones going to the league office and saying, we want to have this game on Monday Night Football. And the office is like, you do know the Cardinals suck. yeah, but we're America's team. So because we're America's team, we're going to get you guys the ratings anyway. Nobody before the season started thought Cardinals and Cowboys were going to be a prime time game. That's just Jerry Jones' influence on the league. This is why I hate the NFL.
Stan says, I love an underdog cards.
Oh, my goodness.
And thank you, Stan. He said a great show to us. Thank you, Stan.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, but come on now.
Thank you for the support, for everybody for watching the show. Please tune in next week and like this. Drop some stuff in the comments. We will reply. And you know what, Steve, what we forgot to do?
We forgot to talk about women's boxing.
not just women boxing. We also forgot to do some giveaways next week.
Yes.
I promise we will do some giveaways, and women's boxing is the top bill for next week for us to talk about, along with them Dodgers winning the World Series.
Okay. All right then.
You heard it here.
So we won't be talking about that then. So we'll be talking about women's boxing.
Boy, Steve, the hating you is real.
But you said, all you people who are out here in LA, you guys know when these Dodgers lose this World Series, there's gonna be a lot of angry gringos, a lot of angry people in LA. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, don't worry about him.
You talking about a sad state of LA.
Keep
Stay
Dodger,
in your home.
keep Dodger blue
Don't go
going.
out.
Keep
Be
Dodger
careful.
blue going. Don't listen to the hater.
I'm
Haters
just telling
don't
you
hate.
guys, this weekend, guys, it'd be best between the hours of 8 to 10 p.m. Stay in your homes, because if the Dodgers lose, it's gonna be a lot of crime in LA.
We're not losing, Steve. We see
right.
y'all next week.
Peace out.